If you are working in the pharmaceutical industry, if you are a founder, owner, or decision maker in the pharmaceutical industry, or you are a mid career professional, or even you are starting your career. Okay, if you belong to any one of this category, then please wait and listen what I am saying. Yeah, first of all, I welcome you to 90 days learning challenge of Blue Ocean Compliance. Right, in these 90 days, we are going to discuss every day minimum 5 critical non compliances or some concepts if which are not followed will cause you getting a serious non-compliance on your side, and it may landed up failing in the audit or getting the warning letter. Okay, so I'm not making you scared, but these non-compliances are given by the regulatory agencies in the international regulatory inspections. Okay, so irrespective of any country you are exporting your product or even you are manufacturing for the domestic market, right? So please listen to me that what we are discussing, and when we will be discussing these non compliances, and you will make sure that whatever you discuss or learn here, you are going to implement these learnings on your side. So I'm sure that you are going to bring a drastic change on your manufacturing side. Yeah, and people have got the great results on the manufacturing side. In fact, I have case studies where my clients have qualified the international regulatory inspections like US FDA, EDQM with no observation, right? So take it seriously, and I am interested in your growth, and if you will really take actions, then your growth can happen and no one can stop you to get 0483 in your regulatory inspection, and that also effortlessly. Okay, so we were discussing since last 3-4 sessions or 3-4 days about the human error and about the investigation. Yes, investigation is a very key element in any regulatory inspection, and in fact handling the QMS. Okay, so and in that we are studying the human error, because many times it happens that many deviations we conclude that it is because of human error. And as I have already discussed with you that now regulatory inspectors or regulatory auditors, international regulatory inspectors, they do not like that you blame anyone for any deviation. In fact, they want the scientific solution and scientific root cause finding of every deviation, right? In any pharmaceutical industry or in any market, right, doing mistake is not a problem is that what you do about that mistake. Okay, so today we are going to discuss that one model. Okay, that model is behavior engineering model. Okay, so in pharmaceutical industry, whenever any mistake happens, so it is said that it is because of the human error or it is because of the lack of training. But let me share with you that any mistake happening on the manufacturing side, except few, the reason is not the lack of training. So today we will be discussing the engineering behavior model, which is invented by Gilbert, right? And in this model, it is said that the reason of any mistake or human error or any deviation happen on your manufacturing site is not the lack of training, but lack of the systems. Okay, so the lack in environment. Behavior engineering model explains that the performance problem is not the training problem, but it is environment problem and personal problem, right? If the environment will not be good, so it may cause that the performance of the people will not be good. Okay, and there are 6 elements it is discussed under this concept, means engineering behavior model. Okay, So first is that information, whether the person who is doing the work have the information about the goal, that what is the purpose, what task is to be done, whether he or she has clear cut instructions, clarity about the goal or task. Like for example, if any SOP is there and in SOP the instructions are not clear, it is ambiguous, means it is of the dual meaning. So what will happen, that who is reading the SOP will take the decision as per his knowledge or level, and he will perform the activity as per his understanding, because the SOP is not written clearly, the instructions are not given properly. Okay, so first element is that information. Okay, now another element is that the resources. For example, you have given the effective date for the SOPs, but for the implementation of that SOP, if the logbooks are not available on the site, then how the people are going to fill that logbook? So may be possible that many entries will be left without completion because logbook is not there. Similarly, it is to be noticed that whether the resources are there, whether the machines are there, whether the systems and processes are there. Okay, so if resources are there, then the people can follow the system and they can perform better. But if the resources are not available, then how people will be performing, right? So first is the information, another is that resources, and third is incentives. So whether any person is performing the best, he or she is putting the efforts, so whether he is appreciated, or the person who is doing the fast, only those people are awarded. So in that case, the people who are following the quality and compliance will not be appreciated, because only the people who are doing the fast work, they are only appreciated and they will all only be given the awards, and they will be motivated to do the work. And the people who are doing honestly, they will not be appreciated, and in fact they will feel demotivated. I remember the days when I started my career, I used to see the people who are performing the 12 dissolution in one day, that also in the 8 hours. So, but I used to perform only 4 dissolution. So I used to feel so demotivated, right? So many cases it is seen that the way I was performing and the way they were performing, they were totally different, and it really always demotivated me, that why I am not able to perform like other people, right? So the quality of the work I was doing, the quality of work they were doing, it was the huge difference in both of the ways of working. Okay, so make sure as a leader in your organization, make sure that people who are doing the good quality of the work, they are also to be appreciated, right? So this was the another element of this concept. Okay, now another thing is that knowledge. So whether the people are provided training properly, do they have knowledge to perform their activities better? So this is also to be noted down, right? Another thing is that another concept is capacity, whether they are physically, mentally, emotionally, intellectually are capable of performing that activity or task which you have assigned to them. Okay, so if their capacity, you will provide them the task of more than their capacity and you are not supporting them, or you are not paying attention that they must grow, or they are themselves are not interested in their growth, so it will be the reason that the performance will not be that much which you are expecting from them. Okay, and another thing is that motivation. It is similarly like incentives. So the people must be motivated to do the good task. Okay, if you will appreciate and motivate them, and then it is definitely going to give the result. Okay, so this was Gilbert's behavioral engineering model. So now whether you understood that many times it is said that lack of training is the reason of non-compliance, or lack of training is the reason that people are not performing better. lack of training is the reason that people are doing mistake or not. If we will see it differently, that human errors, the solution of human error is always the training, or solution of human error, root cause of non-compliance will be lack of training. So it is always not the reason, or it is not always the truth about this. Okay, if the any of the element of these six elements will not be there, then people will not be perform properly. And the reason of mistake is not that always there is some problem in the humans, they are not performing better, or always their mistake only. If the system problem is there, designing of system problem is there, then it may landed up doing the mistakes or not performing better. So as a business owner, founder or leader, you will have to ensure that these six elements are taken seriously. Okay, so in this way, in the series of human error, there are many frameworks which we have discussed, which can help you solve the problem of human error, and in fact it will help you to do the investigation properly. Okay, so these concepts are really going to help you. And today also we discussed many deep concepts, right? If you want to know more in depth these concepts or whatever we are discussing, and you want to learn that how you can make your facility with no qualify with no observation, and sustainable growth or success forever you want, so join my community, and where I will be discussing in more detail all these concepts, because discussing within 15 minutes whole story or whole concept in depth to that level, practically it's difficult. Okay, but yes, if you will implement these ideas or learnings on your site, then these are definitely going to help you. Okay, so do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on my different social media platforms, so that every day we will be learning some or the other thing. And in these 90 days challenge, anyway, every day we are learning minimum 5 lessons. Okay, and I'm also learning because I'm interested in your growth. Okay, so with this, Dr. Rupali Paranspe signing out until we meet again. Thank you. Bye.